spillway structures around the dams of ponds and small lakes can be gold mines. They can be hit or miss. Sometimes there's no one home, but they're always worth giving a few casts to if there's access. And there's a few things that tend to make them extra good. One, of course, is just the structure itself. I mean, it's a unique, distinctive structure. Looks like I found some killer. Okay, I came out. It's a unique, distinctive piece of hard structure that goes from the bottom up and gives the fish something to relate to and hold against. If there's any spilling going on, if the pond or lake is high enough that the water is flowing, then you're going to have a current around that, which again creates more ambush points of ambush positions and just causes more fish to hold around there. Also, the spillway is typically situated fairly close to the main channel, and it gets the whole water column, and whether it's a little pond or a full-size reservoir, the fish use those channel edges like highways, and so you get everything kind of in one place. And of course you also have shade and just a lot of good things happening. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff on the bottom, as I'm seeing right here. I don't know, there might even be some brush that's been planted near here to sweeten this one a little bit, because I'm fishing with an open hook and it's hung up a couple times. I'll probably actually fish it with a couple different baits, try something a little higher up in the water column while I'm in the same area. If I don't get them on the worm. Try this other side. There we go. That was about the place that I have been hanging just out from the spillway. So there really might be some kind of brush there. He wasn't on the spillway structure, but in the same area. But that, again, it just does something like spillway always warrants a few casts, and where there's one, often there are more. So we'll find out if there are. Tried to repeat the same cast, but I missed a little bit. It's still going to bring it back to roughly the zone where that fish hit, which is out here from the structure a little bit. But I actually cast it up under that left side on the last one. Try that again. And it is fairly, I don't know how deep it is, but most of this lake, from what I've seen, is not very deep, and that sinks down there several seconds after it lands. I think the channel is right on the other side of the dam from me. Or the creek running out, anyway. Fishing a structure like this, it's always a good idea to hit it from different angles and throw some right up tight to it and up underneath it, and some a little bit past it on one side, some past it on the other side. Come in from more than an angle, because fish get in certain ambush positions and you can't see everything that's going on underneath the water, and terms of how the channel is situated and how any current might be flowing. Whoa! Oh, that's that cover. That's that same snag. That one caught me off guard. It was about the area where I'd been hit, which is probably for the same reason. Thankfully, it pulled out of there. I'm surprised that one didn't just yank right into it. Probably did pull the worm down. Nope. But sometimes that the key area might not be exactly what it looks like from looking at it on the surface. I mean, it would seem like the key spot would be right on the corner of the structure itself, and sometimes it is. But just like there's brush between here and there, off to the side might be the channel drop that they're primarily relating to. So while you're there, it never hurts to cover it thoroughly. And I'm actually gonna we got found some more cover. There's a lot of stuff around, a lot of snaggy stuff. I'm gonna switch over to a bait that I can swim a little higher in the water column. We've switched things up here just to make certain that we fish this structure thoroughly. I had that Rebel Live Flex Catacollar, which is a little finesse worm that I like to fish on the bottom. I like to hop that right on the bottom. So I actually using another one of the Live Flex baits, the Shore Shiner, and it's a little bitty swim bait. So that's going to come a little higher up in the water column. It certainly can be fished down low and kind of like I like it down low, hopping along the rocks like in streams because it imitates the sculpin. But it's instead of a slow bottom hop, it's giving them more of a swim tail sort of an action. So it's just a different look and a different appeal around the same structure to make sure I fish it thoroughly while I'm here. And I think that's the real key. Unless I've really got a pattern going with the fish and they're just really wanting to feed a certain way or a certain type of bait or movement or whatever. When I'm in what I feel like is potentially a key area, I want to make certain that I give them a couple different looks for whatever the moods the fish might be in. Sometimes you'll come up on a spot and catch fish really well, and then they'll just stop biting. I mean, it's like somebody turned off the power switch, and you can sometimes switch to a different style of lure that kind of gets down to where those fish were, and you know, really the same fish but giving them a different look. And it's amazing how it can turn the bite right back on sometimes. Doesn't necessarily appear there were a bunch of fish just waiting for something different here, but glad to have gotten one on it. And whether I did or not, I'd have felt like I left something on the table if I didn't walk over here and fish the water control structure. It's just usually a worthwhile thing.